Hi, this is Survi Agarwal. This is part 1 of marketing research, the topic in international marketing. We are going to discuss about market research. Market research or surveys are used for various purposes like testing the quality of a product to understand the pricing of the product or whether this product will do good in the market or not. So basically product testing is done through market research. It is a highly competitive market outside and dynamic and future prospects are defined only through market research. It is a very important element of any business. So business environment, consumer behavior, a lot of things are understood through market research. Basically, there are various types of research, but every objective has a different kind of research. So, for example, acquiring new customers or understanding how I should brand myself, value the product, what kind of amount I should keep for my product or service requires market research. Basically, market research is required for an example soft drinks. So soft drink is one of the biggest successful global markets that all the countries are having good profit in. Okay, and basically it is not so much needed by everyone because water is enough, and there are so many drawbacks of soft drinks like having a lot of sugar, and sometimes there might be things which we don't want to drink in so much quantity. But still, if you see, soft drinks exceeds the consumption of water in many cases in many countries, and it is a pure result of marketing. So market research has led to understanding that marketing can actually increase the demand of a product even if it is not naturally required. Okay, second is technology. It is a force that crosses all the boundaries. So one important point to ponder is that once technology is developed, it immediately becomes available everywhere in the world. I hope the same happens for corona vaccine also, and same happens with technology. So if a company knows how to manage the technology in one country, it has an experience, and if it is relevant, they can do it in the rest of the countries also. This is again possible through market research. To scale up a business, launching in different countries, doing justice to cost, and also understanding the local national market captured, the investment and opportunities that comes with international marketing, everything and the quality of business is done by marketing research. Prospects, huge revenues due to currency differences is possible because if the country has higher currency rate, then you will get higher profits, and even if you are selling in a country where the currency is higher, you will get higher income. But if your raw materials are made in a country where the currency value is less, then you can make the finished products at lower cost. So a lot of permutation combinations goes into it. Okay, the only best way to survive in the long run is through market research. Decentralized companies examples are Kraft Company, which is one of the world's biggest company, Illinois Toolworks, Unilever, Google, Johnson & Johnson. They have decentralized to facilitate the activities, and so that the entire operations can be divided in various countries, and there will be a lot of HODs or heads who will manage their own country and their own product. So there might be little difference in the same product quality from country to country depending on the raw materials or the amount of investment that has gone. So it is possible. We will understand what is leverage. I'm sure you must have heard of this word. Let's leverage the benefit we are getting in this situation. But we will understand it with context of international marketing. Global companies are operating in more than one national market, like I told you, and that creates a lot of benefit, and only they can survive over there. As it gets support and experience of many markets like sales management practices, promotional ideas, advertisement appeals, difference in cultures, different pricing, unique manpower demands, and how to train them, how fast they are at a language, or understanding the prospects of the company. Also apply that worldwide refinement that has appeared, and it creates a communication between different kinds of staff members. It helps to increase the volume profits. It helps to establish factories across the world. It helps to assemble resources and identify threats, trends, get the best offer, get more innovative, survive longer, close operations in non-performing nations. So closing down operations in non-performing nations is also an important aspect. let us understand how government helps in all this. So understanding how technology is also spreading throughout the world, and also understanding how governments are leveraging all this benefit that is happening due to international marketing. So the more governments open to foreign investment, more companies come in a country. It's as simple as that. More companies will come in and they will generate more employment, more GDP, and more income for the people in the country. Okay, so trade associations like NAFTA, NAFTA, GATT, GATT, WTO, World Trade Organization, they have 100% of member countries which get unique subsidies. Subsidies means discounts, and trade protection. Trade protection means they cannot be troubled for transport and everything by other non-member countries. They cannot be charged extra by these member countries, and all the rules and regulations are according to the benefit of all the members. So basically, policymakers play important role in growing markets, as domestic businesses are likely to increase, but they will oppose foreign companies always, and domestic players feel that the business is taken away from them. So without harming the interest of local traders, in fact trying to associate with them for a better position in foreign market is what the international companies have to strive for. Next, we will try to understand what is international marketing mix. So we have heard of marketing mix generally for marketing, which is product, price, place, promotion. We have also heard of service mix, which is product, price, place, promotion, people, physical evidence, and process. Now we'll understand what is international marketing mix. Basically, the product decision in international market is about multifacets. You should be ready to evolve and change the packaging, the size, the shape, the colors, the attributes, the flavors, the fragrances, etc. depending on the culture of the country, so they don't get shocked. For example, green color is considered lucky in the Gulf countries, and white and black colors can have different meanings in different countries. Pricing decision also changes in international marketing mix. Better than local market, highly sensitive to smaller amounts of changes in raw materials, in transport, in supply, in banking, interest rates, etc. And also there is a huge impact of foreign government policies on your income. So establishing a good knowledge of a new market is important for international marketing. High competition is there, difficult to get the rate of return which might be expected in the beginning. But high profits are possible if you can get through all these problems or obstacles. Distribution decisions are also different. Middleman commission of course plays an important role, because he will think it's an international company or a MNC, so it should pay me at a higher return, and otherwise why should I promote it in my market? So long-term commitments help in this situation. Use proper channels. Channels means distribution paths or the mediums through which you make your product reach the retail sector. So basically, products should find it easy to reach the end users. Promotion decisions. So basically, challenges using all promotional tools like advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, publicity, the different culture, the language, the customs, the traditions and attitudes, everything has to be kept in mind. The legal and social and religious practices, or study of the reasons why some brands have failed in the past, everything needs to be done, huge detailing to survive in a foreign market. Now we will understand marketing decisions. So basically, how to take such kind of difficult marketing decisions. The first step is thinking that what should be my marketing decision, it is with respect to what problem. Second, how will I select my market? So it should be a Gulf country or a North country or a South country or Asian country, American country, European country, Japanese or anything. How will I enter the market? Okay, so do I have some contacts over there? There will be some people who will help me. They'll let me understand the documentation, how the banking system works, how the customs work, how will I transport my material, how the middlemen will be, what will be the highest cost. So you will need some guys from operations background to help you to calculate all this. After that, you check marketing mix decision. So basically product, distribution, price. So all this is promotion, all this is checked, how it will work in a new market. Next is organization decision. Who are the people who will handle your business in a foreign market? So information will be very important of all these factors. Of course, the environment, if you need the raw material from natural resources or not from natural resources, man-made resources, what will be the source of my raw materials, because sending the raw materials from one country to another country can be very very expensive. Also, how is the social make of that country, how are the people, are they welcoming to new businesses, they are not welcoming, how the government has evolved, next 10 years will you profit in this new market, what is the culture, like I told you previously, basically what kind of people will use this product, is it relevant to their festivals, customs, traditions, of course the commercials, how will I get my profit and how will I be able to spend, how will I get my break even, how will I get my minimum order quantity, everything has to be checked. Very important is legal aspects, all my documentation has to be clear so that your business does not stop in the middle after starting and putting so much of efforts. Political environment, whether sometimes all these things fall in place but political parties are against you, then it is very difficult. And finally the economic environment. So basically, how are the demand and the supply of various products in that market. This is also called macroeconomics, which is used in marketing decisions. So here, macroeconomics and marketing decisions are going hand in hand.